Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is happening, fam? What's going on with you? Oh, yes, it is time. It is that time. Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Family and friends, thank you so much for tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your host, your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin. Shout out to the folks listening to us right now via YouTube. You can watch us, stream us on our YouTube channel, the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also stream us on Rumble, as well as on the GOATverse TV app. GOATverse TV is an amazing independent network that is growing, filled with so many great content creators, including myself up there. And so do me a favor, go ahead and download the app. It's free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire. I want to also shout out and say hello to our listeners across the radio airwaves, like our fam in New Orleans, in the New Orleans area. Listen to us by way of WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about, which for those who are watching, you know, shout out, I'm wearing my WBOK merch right here. See that amazing shirt that I'm rocking right now. You can go on WBOK, you can go online and go ahead and purchase you some merch, man. It's an awesome station, proud to be a member of the WBOK family, one of the oldest and longest running Black-owned stations in the country. So very honored to be a part of them. You can listen to us on that station Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Also, I want to shout out our listeners over in the Metro Atlanta area by way of WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Forgive me for about to say Central, but it's Eastern Standard Time at 11 p.m. What else? You can also tune into the program on the go by way of podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, Odyssey, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Guess what? You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. So we are continuing to grow and try and get the message out there. We just want to spread great conversation, because as I've mentioned here many times on this program, that's what the world is missing, is great conversation. We are in a very divisive time right now where you can't hang with this person if you're this, or you can't hang with this person if you're that. And for the fact that if we have our own opinions, that breaks up relationships. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. And so I hope that, I encourage here on this program, just great conversations. Look, I welcome folks from all different sides of the aisle, all different backgrounds and viewpoints, just for a great conversation. As long as you're respectful with it, hey, we keep it moving. We have to start bringing that back to society. So yeah, that's the kind of taste you get here on the Arrington Gavin Show. On today's show, I will be discussing a little bit of stuff happening within the the political space. Right, we have a lot of stuff that occurs in our state capital and in our nation, and on a state level and local level as well. So we're gonna talk about it all here on the program. Also, I think I have some pop culture news as well that I'll be bringing up, and then like one sports related conversation. Yeah, what I'll put that in the pop culture space. So yeah, we're gonna talk a lot here on the show. Once again, I just thank you all for taking 1 hour of your time to tune into the program. You can be doing so much other stuff with your precious time, but the fact that you tune into this show, I thank you, because I can go crazy now. It's funny, I come across listeners and viewers that tune into the program that don't agree with what I have to say, or that don't agree with my opinions. And I have, of course, those who agree with my opinions. But those that don't agree, it's not the fact that they bash. They just say, hey, look, I might not agree on everything you're saying, but you're a fair guy. You bring up some great points. And I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. So yeah, they are I want to thank you all as always. Let's get it going to before I move forward, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find the Arrington Gavin Show available on a lot of the top tier social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, Blue Sky, X, formerly known as Twitter. And also you can subscribe to our Substack page. All right. All at the Arrington Gavin Show. Substack is a growing platform. It's a platform that we're continue to, it's a slowly but surely platform, but I still have a blast just sharing opinion pieces on there. And Instagram, I kind of that's our largest one. We're getting close to 30,000 followers. So please help me get to that level. Last time I checked, we're around like 27 and some change. So we want to keep that momentum going on Instagram. And yeah, stuff that I can't share, that I not just can't, but that I don't have the time to share on radio and on this show. I tend to speak about it on Instagram and on our social media platform. So be sure to follow us on those various social media platforms. I truly appreciate that. Let's see here. I would like to shout out some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show. Do a little highlight of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friend, the one and only Mr. Dapper Luke. That's right. I want to acknowledge Dapper Luke Collection. Introducing a new standard in luxury menswear, the Dapper Luke Collection, where tradition meets bold innovation and every stitch tells a story of distinction. Redefine custom suit excellence, one masterpiece at a time. Crafted for the connoisseur, worn by the refined, the Dapper Luke Collection offers men's custom suits, exclusive, tailored, and unmistakably you. By appointment only. Go ahead and step into an intimate, private showroom experience, an exclusive journey where precision, craftsmanship, and personal expression reign supreme. The Dapper Luke Collection, redefine custom suit excellence. Y'all, I just want to also add on to that. Dapper Luke Collection, it is a wonderful, wonderful custom clothier that actually benefits men and women. I've had multiple custom pieces created for myself by way of the Dapper Luke. Shout out to Dapper Luke. He's a dear friend of mine. He's a veteran, and this is minority owned business as well. If you would love to visit him in person at some of his showrooms, he has two in the East Coast. He has one located in Baltimore, Maryland, and the other in Virginia Beach, Virginia. But you can check it, go online by going to dapperlukecollection.com, or you can also schedule because he travels. Look, he has clientele around the world. All right. So he will keep you looking sharp from head to toe. I want to shout him out for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's go ahead and also I want to do our fun fact of the day, which I thought this is a cute fun fact. I don't know if a lot of y'all are familiar with this one or have heard of this story. So let me go ahead and see if I can bring it up for you all. Let's see here. So this story I thought was so interesting. A man named Joe Berger, all right, a man named Joe Berger married a woman named Ashley King. And okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. A man named Joel Berger and can I pause real quick? It's funny when like a white male, his name is Joel, Joel. But when a black male is named that, how you pronounce it? Joel. I'm sorry. I had to put that up there. Is it just me? Is it just me? Spelled the same, but pronounced differently. Joel, Joel. They hard on them on that wording, aren't they? Because it's funny, because I know a Joel and I know a Joel. So it's just I just had to laugh at that. Anyway, so this Illinois couple recently made local news in the area because Burger King decided, hey, look, that's a once in a lifetime thing right there. So Joe Burger, Ashley King, well, guess what? Burger King paid for their whole wedding. You hear me? Their whole wedding. And let me go ahead and share. So if you see right there, that's a wonderful couple. Oh, so cute. For those who are watching, beautiful, beautiful couple. But they literally, the groomsmen had Burger King socks, like burger socks, and they had mason jars that was created at their wedding with the Burger King logo on there. And they had cufflinks, Burger King cufflinks. I mean, you talking about memorable. That is so awesome. That I am forever jealous. You hear me? Jealous. Some Burger King cufflinks, Burger King t-shirts under the groomsmen suits, and then they got to rock the crown for, to show everybody, hey, look, we got it going on. Burger King paid for that. First of all, I wish Burger King paid for I was somebody, but you know what I mean? Like, because weddings are expensive, but I just thought that was really cool. I don't think a lot of folks really knew or familiar with this story. Go ahead and look it up. Look it up. Again, the names is Joel Burger and Ashley King. So Burger King decided to pay for their whole wedding. So what an awesome, remarkable story. And hey, if your last name is Pizza, and your wife or husband's last name is Hut, hey, y'all better start hitting up Pizza Hut or something. I mean, I'm just saying, you never know. So that is our fun fact of the day, of course, brought to you by yours truly. Let's go ahead and digress from that, and we're gonna head to a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
Yeah, this that new Goat Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
People age 65 and older are at high risk of injury, especially from falls and car crashes. But older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and be independent longer. Tell your doctor if you have fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking. Learn more about preventing falls and aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong. That's cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong. People age.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your guy, your homie, Arrington Gavin. Let's get it going with our first story, our first headline that we want to go over here. Check this out. Virginia Republicans are going head to head, and it's pretty. Is first of all, they're perfect timing because hello, it's primary season. You would think you would want to get this over with way beforehand. No, this is happening in the heart of a crucial election cycle, and it's not looking good really for the Republican Party in the state of Virginia. Now, I know this firsthand because that's happened to be my home state. And so we have right now very nationwide recognized not recognized, but a very popular governor's race happening that everyone is talking about because the state of Virginia will witness its first ever female elected governor. You have it's between Democratic nominee Abigail Spanberger, former congresswoman, and the current lieutenant governor Winsome Earl Sears, Republican nominee. And so what had occurred is you would think, okay, is it between them? No, this is all occurring on the right. Lieutenant governor candidate John Reed is accusing the current governor, Governor Glenn Youngkin's team of extorting him as the Virginia's governor pushes for Reed to step down as the Republican nominee for lieutenant governor in the race. Now, the interesting thing is, and let me actually try and find, let me share you a quick clip of this, and then we'll talk a little bit about it on the other end. So give me 1 second as I pull that clip for you.
A total fabricated internet lie, so basic that a middle schooler could have constructed it. It's predictable, but what I didn't expect was the governor I have always supported to call and demand my resignation without even showing me the supposed evidence or offering me a chance to respond.
In response, Governor Glenn Youngkin at an event in Arlington on Tuesday said he and Reed had a very serious personal conversation on a Friday morning call. The governor said Reed's decision on whether or not to stay in the lieutenant governor's race is up to John.
And that's what I wanted him to understand, is that at a time when we need to be speaking about really important topics, it's a distraction. And I don't think that's the best way for us to get a message out to Virginians.
Reed says he is openly gay. Phil Kazmierzak, the vice president of the Young Republicans of Virginia Beach, says he stepped down from the Virginia LGBTQ+ advisory board, a position he was appointed to by Governor Youngkin, because he feels Reed is being treated unfairly.
I don't think that the very far extreme religious right was excited to have an openly gay man on the ticket. So I think that's where all of this is coming from.
Leslie Coggle, a political science professor at Virginia Wesleyan University, says the timing and the manner of which the situation is being handled is strange.
So the Republican candidate was not going to be running an easy race. And if you add in this inter-party division and conflict, it's going to be even harder.
Current Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears, who was running for governor in November, released a statement Tuesday night. She says the focus on Reed has distracted from her to unite Virginians, and that it's Reed's decision alone to move forward.
So here's the interesting thing. I'm like this. Isn't it interesting how now the right is sounding like what they've been accusing the left? And what I mean by that is you have a gentleman out of Virginia Beach who said he was appointed on a board from Youngkin for the Virginia, I'm not going to backtrack, but I think it was the Virginia LGBTQ+ board, right, for Republicans. And he is a Republican himself. And that's another thing. Like I feel as though like in society, that's not shared as much. Like, there are a lot of conservative and Republicans within the LGBTQ+ community. All right. So that's one thing. He said, I feel as though that he's passing him away because of who we are as a people. Now, look, I'm not saying he's lying, but the right is very known to accuse the left of always here we go. Is it because I'm this? Is it because I'm that? You always do. You're woke. That's a part of that wokeness that you do. And it's so interesting. Now, what was also interesting in this case is that, yes, you do have very strong conservative views that do not agree at all with same-sex marriage, right? And I know it has to be difficult for conservative talkers, for people that are very established in the conservative movement that are openly gay. That is a very interesting conversation I would love to have with folks, with conservatives from the LGBTQ plus community. But this story really is interesting because, as they mentioned, the timing. So the timing really couldn't be any perfect beforehand for John Reed, who, by the way, is a conservative radio talk show host in the Richmond area. There was a gentleman who was at the time one of the candidates during the primaries, because this is still the primary. So really, John Reed is the unanimous candidate for lieutenant governor for the Republican nominee for lieutenant governor, because there was a gentleman named John Curran who failed to qualify the ballot. But really what had occurred was that he had opted out to leave. By the way, he raised the most money, but he left due to health reasons. Okay. And let me just make sure before I move forward with this. Let me see here. Was that the gentleman who was, hold up. It was okay. So it was here we go. His name was Patrick Harity. All right. Now he was a member of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, and he was running for lieutenant governor, but he opted out. So let me correct myself. I mentioned John Curran. It wasn't John Curran. The gentleman's name was Pat Harity, and he withdrew from the race for due to health reasons. Okay, and so that right there basically said, okay, so it looks like, John, you are the guy. You are the number one person. And I mean, again, everybody loves a good come up story. So I'm on right now an app called vpap.org. Check it out. And you might have some sort of app similar like this in your local states, but in the state of Virginia, it's called vpap.org, where you can catch on the look at all the numbers as far as donations, how they received their contributions from who, this and any other. And so John Reed, out of all the money that was raised, guess what? He was dead last for one. All right. He had around close to $180,000 raised in his campaign. John Curran had over $1 million raised, but he failed to qualify for the ballot. And then Pat Harity withdrew the race. He raised close to $540,000 and some change. So almost $541,000. That's a lot of freaking money. Now, again, it's sketchy, right? Did all these guys, you're telling me you raised all this money, one didn't qualify, one withdrew to lead it off to this man who really, in my opinion, could really make the Republican Party look a little bit more relatable, right? Because when it comes to marketing, you want to show that diversity, right? The Republican Party, when Glenn Youngkin was elected, when he was elected, what made this a unique race was because, for one, he was an unknown person. All we knew was that this man came from a wealthy background, and that was it. No one else knew who he was or what else, familiar with him. He played college basketball. He became a multi-millionaire. That's all we knew. He was a soft-spoken guy, moderate Republican is how they presented him. And then, look, it was an easy win for him because he went against a guy who already served as governor. Then you bring on Winston Monroe Sears, the first woman, and I believe the first Black woman ever elected as lieutenant governor for the state of Virginia. So boom, history in the making right there. You're starting to see more people of color in high leadership positions in the Republican Party. So right then and there, you're like, oh, look, we got some two heavy hitters. It's unique. And then you also have your Attorney General, Jason Myers, I think that's how it's pronounced. He's the first Latino elected into a state office position in the state of Virginia as Attorney General. So, I mean, again, you have a diverse ticket right then and there. So what they were saying, moving forward now, coming back to this election, boom, you have Winston Merle Sears, your Republican nominee, then who's a black woman who will be the first woman elected and first black woman elected for governor for the state of Virginia. Then you have John Reed, the first openly gay lieutenant governor in the really first, I think, in a lieutenant governor, in the state of Virginia. And then you have Jason Myers. So they're just showing, oh, look at this diversity. This is happening where? On the Republican side. This is what America's all about. So right then and there, you had a winning team, in my opinion. Now, all of a sudden, they betrayed. They want to force him to step down. And so my big question is, okay, if he does, who is his replacement? Who is his replacement? You don't have any. He is the only candidate. He was the only candidate in the Republican primary compared to the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party has a total of 6 candidates in the primary. You hear me? 6 candidates running on the Democratic ticket, and only the Republican side has 1. Now, for me, when you have so many numbers within the lieutenant governor side, I wish, in my opinion, it's like, why isn't that shown on the governor's race? But hey, whatever, you got what you got, call it Christmas. Let me read you a little more about this, though. Says here that the conservative radio host from Richmond continues to defend himself against allegations that surfaced last week, not last week, but previous weeks, claiming a social media account with the same name that Reed uses shared pornographic content. Now, the allegations prompt Youngkin to call for Reed to exit the race. Again, innocent until proven guilty. Now, Reed is saying, look, I don't know what this is, but this is not me. I don't know what you're talking about. Youngkin's like, look, we do not need no more issues, no more conflicts. Let's just hurry up and get it out. Just you don't have to leave. Reed declined. Now, do you really think a guilty man would say, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to fight this. I do have to resign because I don't want to make matters even worse. Because that's what your boy from Florida did. Matt Gaetz, the congressman Matt Gaetz, that joke would bounce before it was about to get a little too ugly, right? George Santos refused, and see what that led him to: 7 years in jail, soon to be 7 years in jail. Says here, and I've already shared the social media interview that Reed had posted. Using words like bigotry and ugliness. However, he said representatives of his campaign have been repeatedly told by the leader of Youngkin's political organization that the attacks would continue unless he drops out the race. I quote, it says here, they were told if I dropped out the race, they would purchase the opposing research, and the lies and threats against me would suddenly stop. This is extortion, and it is illegal in Virginia, and I am more outraged now. I have engaged legal counsel to pursue all options against the people. Reed is the state's first openly gay candidate from either party for statewide office, and previously said his sexual orientation is the reason he's being targeted. Now, honestly, I agree, because if we go back in the history, I'm just saying, like, and even now, the Republican Party accepting an openly gay candidate or elected official is extremely rare. I mean, I'm trying to see the only person I can think of is, I mean, I'm over here talking about George Santos, but he was a openly gay congressman. I mean, I'll just say there's a small number of openly gay conservatives that are leading within their party. It is extremely rare. So I could easily believe him. I feel that's an easy thing to say, to say, hey, look, they're trying to get me because they don't want this openly gay man to be representing them on statewide, which is unfair because that's not America, y'all. That's not America. You if folks think that, hey, look, they have what it takes to help lead a state and they want to pursue, they should have the right to. They should not be forced out because of who they are, whether that's race, sexual orientation, religious beliefs. It should not happen. It should not happen. Because let's be honest, the Republican Party, they're so like, you have to be this, you have to be that, you have to be that, you have to be this. You know, when it comes to Christianity, and I'm a Christian too, but when you talk about the Republican Party, they market that as their ultimate religion, right? Everybody that's a elected conservative, they are just the diehard Christian. I just want to thank the Lord and this and that, and it's a part of your talk. It's talking points. All right, that's a part of the whole spiel that they have going on here, and it gets old. I'm looking at my time. Let me go ahead on and finish up this. So says here that the insiders here in Virginia politics made a big miscalculations if they thought that I would bow down to anyone or run away scared, Reed said. I'm a conservative Trump supporter and I'm gay, and everybody knows it because I've told you in person and in the media for decades. Reed became the party's candidate for lieutenant governor when Fairfax County Supervisor, as I mentioned earlier, Pat Henry, dropped out for health reasons. Another quote that I'll read before I end this conversation. I am sickened and outraged at the weeks of veiled accusations and attacks on my family, and I'm not going to continue to answer a never-ending parade of questions and false accusations from people who we now know are solely motivated to stage a coup against a gay man who they didn't want to be their nominee but didn't have the guts to run against. I mean, this is juicy. That's all I can say. It's a juicy conversation. The sad thing is he is a well-known conservative talker. This dude has been a soldier for the Republican Party forever. He has been the only guy to make the Republican Party look like they're doing a great job, at least in the state of Virginia, because Richmond is really, the state of Virginia, I would say, is purple, right? Purple, leaning more on the blue state side, but I'll still say purple. Richmond is a blue city. All right. So when you hear conservative talkers doing this in Richmond, I mean, come on, it's rare. It's very rare, and they don't have a huge fan base. But the state of Virginia, you have, the House and the state Senate is majority Democrat. So the way this is looking, man, the Democrats could possibly win the whole shebang from top to bottom. And it's all thanks to Glenn Youngkin, Winston Merrill Sears, all the elites in the Virginia Republican Party. So I will continue to keep y'all posted on this story because this is something that I think needs to be shared across the board in all states. Because again, this right here is a case of the Republican Party showing who they truly are. All right, they can care less of how long you've been supporting us and this and that and the other. Nah, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. All they care about is the representation that they want to see. All right. Let me go ahead and move it on, my friends, to another story involving Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry. All right. So the governor recently had announced that he was pushing to ban candy purchases using SNAP benefits. All right. So let me go ahead and see if I can put up a let's see. Here we go, right here. So when I was reading up on this, story, I'm like, okay, this seems quite interesting. I would like to share with my fam here on the show. So for those who are unfamiliar with SNAP benefits are, let me kind of backtrack, give a little lesson, because I had to do my own research too to verify. So basically, SNAP benefits, the Supplement Nutrition Assistant Program, formerly known as food stamps, because I'm like, I knew what food stamps are. I'm like, okay, snap. So formerly known as food stamps is the largest federal nutrition assistance program in the United States. It provides monthly funds to help low-income individuals and families purchase nutritious food. All right, so right then and there it said to purchase nutritious foods, nutritious. Administrated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, through the state agencies. SNAPS aims to alleviate food insecurity and promote health and well-being among eligible populations. So when I read this story, now, excuse me, I'll be honest, Governor Landry of Louisiana, that's the person I do not agree with majority of the time. I mean, we are talking about the guy that made legalize permitless concealed carry and firearms in his state, right? So I don't have to have a license or a permit to carry a weapon. Are you crazy? Like, come on, dude. Come on. So that was one instance where I'm like, I definitely do not agree with this guy whatsoever. And also another thing that caught my attention was during the Super Bowl, he used emergency powers to clear homeless encampments near the New Orleans Superdome, relocating individuals to temporary facilities lacking adequate heating and amenities. Yeah, y'all know about that, right? The move off, of course, caused Chris. So there were so many instances where I'm like, I'm not a fan of this guy. But I will say, I agree with him on this case. Why? Because for one, SNAP benefits are supposed to provide alleviate the food insecurity and promote health and well-being. Now, candy purchases, sodas, that doesn't promote health. It doesn't promote health. That's junk. That is junk food. Now, I looked at to see, okay, what on a list of what is eligible items under the SNAP benefits, items they can buy. So they got food and vegetables, meat, poultry, and fish, dairy products, bread and cereal, snack foods. Now, I don't know what snack foods is in that. I don't know if it's like, regular potato chips. I don't know if that's because, candy could be considered a snack, right? Is it crackers? Is that I'm not sure. Non-alcoholic beverages and seeds and plants. Okay. Now, ineligible items, alcohol, tobacco, vitamin, medicines, or supplements, hot or prepared foods, and then non-food items like pet food, cleaning supplies, all that stuff. So I go back to say this, I really don't disagree, because it's a way of easing folks away from junk food. The food's not good for us, man. I mean, well, not just junk food, but candy and sodas, it's not good for us, right? I know it's hard, it's difficult, but there's so many better and great alternatives. Now, the difficult thing is when you don't have much, right? It's difficult for folks from low income households to purchase the right and healthy foods, because that's a fact. Healthy foods are expensive, right? When you want to get the freshest of the fresh, and this and that and the other, that crap's expensive. So a lot of folks will have to rely on the junk option, right? I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Now, I read you the items that are eligible for SNAP benefits. Candy and sodas is not in that bracket of list of eligible items. Now let me read you a little bit before y'all start bashing me. It says here that the Louisiana governor has signed an executive order to ban purchasing soft drinks and candy through the SNAP benefits. Now, according to the executive order, the governor is directing the Secretary of Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services, David Matlock, to submit a waiver to the SDA requesting the exclusion of soft drinks and candy as purchasable items from the SNAP program by October 1st. All right. In a post recently, he said that a healthy Louisiana is a stronger Louisiana. You can't disagree with that. If you want to consume these items, well, that money should come out of your pocket. Why should we stand idly by while the least fortunate in our state are solicited to eat things that make them less healthy and vulnerable to chronic diseases? It's time to incentivize good food over junk food, exercise over screen time, water over soda. Kudos to the governor for that. I have no disagreements with that. I truly believe that us here in America, we have to take care of our temple, externally and internally. Why is it, y'all, that when it comes to buying a freaking car, we getting the bells and whistles, we getting all the coverage, you name it. That thing is suited and booted, no issues, no complications. But when it comes to our health, I'm gonna take it up with Jesus, or I'll take my time. That doctor don't know me. I know my body. Well, good for you. You know your body so well. Did you know that your foot was about to get amputated? Did you know that when your pressures are if your pressure is a certain level, that can cause a stroke or that can cause a heart attack. Like, people, we got to take care of ourselves, especially y'all in the Black community. It's hereditary for us. Like, in my family, it's hereditary. I have high cholesterol. I have to take cholesterol medication daily, and I'm freaking 30 years old. And I took it before then because why? It runs on my father's side, and it runs on my mother's side. So it's hereditary. I can go to the gym and work out as best I can. It will slow down. It will bring down my numbers, which is good. But I'm just saying, y'all, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. So rather than, moaning and groaning over, that ain't fair. They ban this. That's my right to get these. Look, I know, trust me, Snickers is my go-to. Snickers, Hershey bar with almonds. Come on now. I love, but also I will say this, y'all. We have to learn about moderation because we overindulge in stuff. Look, treat yourself here and there, with the candy bar or your favorite sweet treat, whatever. Treat yourself, but don't overdo it. Don't make it a habit. Don't make it a regular thing. Treat yourself once a week, or treat yourself once every couple of weeks or something. But don't make it a regular thing. So, as I digress with that, look, I think we're gonna head to a commercial break. I gotta take a quick breather. Don't go anywhere, my friends. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Jazera Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazeranLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healty beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, family? What's happening? Welcome back to the show. Next up on our slew of convos, I want to speak with you. I want to talk about the artist AKON, man. When I tell you AKON is one smart individual, he is one smart individual. He hasn't really made a lot of music lately, but he still, he tours, he travels, he performs, but he has been doing a lot of stuff in his homeland of Africa. As far as telling folks, hey, look, we all got to move in. I think he's starting his own currency. He's doing so much, man. He's doing so much. But recently, he was on this show. I believe it was a podcast. I'm not too sure on the name of the program, but let me see. Do they happen to? I don't know if they're giving the name in this article, but I'll read it thoroughly with you. But he shared that his brothers, I think he had one or two, his brothers would fill in for him and they would literally they would be his doppelganger. Like they would lip sync his music because they look like him. They're like, oh, no one would ever tell, and he would still be making money. Like if he was here in this side of the world, he's like, well, I won't be able to do that. Well, let me have my brother fly over there. He'll stand in for me. People wouldn't tell, so people gonna be like, I just saw AKON. That was so cool. And really, it was his brother. I think this is a hilarious story. It says here, AKON recalls his brother performing as him and pocketing the money. Wouldn't even tell him. Wow. Now, that's the worst part. Your brother lied, didn't tell you he was pocketing money, and you just, yeah. But what's interesting is that where's the management? Where's the agent? Who flew your brother over there, or who paid for the travel and all that stuff? Like, how did all this occur? And you didn't know about it at all? But of course, his brother need to pocket some of that money. He's like, hey, I'll perform. You didn't. You weren't there. I'm going to play this soundbite real quick, and we'll talk on the other side.
Is it true back in the day your brothers would fill in for you at shows?
No, well, Boo used to fill in for me in shows, and then my other brother Omar, he would just Debo, like straight take a show. Like I'll be in New York, and next thing you know, I'm getting a flyer from Baltimore that I'm performing live. O would just book the show and keep the money, like wouldn't even tell me, like as if I'm not gonna find
as you.
He would go as me. Omar was straight gangster about it.
Oh man, and this is super readily available.
This was
so people could be like, I guess that is AKON.
No, they would not know the difference.
Right. There was no YouTube where they could pull it hold on.
Right. And when you see me and my brother separately, if you didn't see me in person, you would definitely say, okay, 1,000%.
Is it true back in the day your brothers would fill in for you at shows?
No, I was just
so that is interesting. So you hear right there, he said, look, my brothers were filling for me, and I didn't even know about it. And they were pocketing money. I'm like, wait, how did? But I just think in general, I guarantee you, once he found that started to happen, he probably did say, let's start doing this. And I mean, my question to you all: do you think celebrities do this on a regular? Just any public figure, any celebrities, whether they're in the political space, music, TV and film. Do you think celebrities have doppelgangers where, hey, I might can't physically, I might can't be here, but can you sit in for me? They're gonna find somebody that maybe sound like them, or I don't know. Just if you could just pay for an appearance and just show your face and this and that, because a lot of celebrities they will get paid to do club appearances or anything like that. So it's interesting. So again, lastly, my question, I'll repeat again to you all: do you think that celebrities have doppelgangers? Do you think that is a career? That's an industry. There's folks that make a living off of being. I mean, hey, we got stunt doubles in TV and film, don't we? We got stunt doubles, so why not have somebody say, look, can you sit in for me? Can you do this for me? Because I don't want to. There were so many speculations that, President Biden had this going on. There's speculations that President Trump's wife, First Lady Melania Trump, she's not at all the appearances. They just have somebody that looks like her with some shades and stuff. She's very, she's a model. She's a former model. So she's like, very poised and, discreet and stuff. First of all, has anybody heard from Melania? I ain't seen her since the inauguration. Is it just me? All right, maybe it's just me, but I ain't heard from her. That lady is tired. She's like, look, I do not want to be near that man. Let me see. How am I looking with time? All right, let's go ahead and move it on. We're doing pretty solid here. For all you wrestling fans out there, this one is for you. So I don't know if y'all have heard, but WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling great Hulk Hogan. All right, Hulk Hogan recently had mentioned that he talked about his new business venture on Fox and Friends that he is doing alongside one of his good friends, Eric Bischoff, another fellow WWE Hall of Famer. So this new venture is Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff want their new wrestling league to be like The Voice. Now, Hulk Hogan himself said this is going to be probably bigger than the UFC, even if not bigger. Says here that they have been putting these teaser videos on X, kind of like doing the old NWO for, again, this is directed to the wrestling historians and fans out there, the old NWO theme video clips that involved Hulk Hogan, at the time Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and Eric Bischoff's Hogan, who is I will say a Mount Trashmore professional wrestler in terms of what he meant to the business, and Eric Bischoff's WCW's greatest promoter, have joined forces 25 years after their great run, NWO run, to launch Real American Freestyle, an unscripted freestyle wrestling league. What that means in layman's terms is that it's not the WWE style wrestling. They're known for rather the amateur style wrestling, but with real American money at stake. All right. It's a legitimate sports competition, Bischoff told the Hollywood Reporter, not scripted sports competition or form of entertainment. The integrity of the grappling competition will be impeccable, Hogan said, though the league is also promising high impact move designs to captivate modern audiences. So however, those go together. All right. Now, the Real American Freestyle is seeking a media partner, ideally a long-term one, in Bishop's words, somebody that brings more to the table than just a streaming platform. This is a sport that needs to be built. The sport existence, but as a television property in a professional league, it doesn't. It's not unrealistic so far as how much work that's going to take at this time. So the interesting thing about this is, let's see here. Okay, it says here Hogan's Real American Beer will serve as a title sponsor. USA Wrestling, the NCAA and NIL organizations also are on board, allowing wrestlers to compete regardless of their NCAA status, according to the announcement. Now, it'll be interesting to see. I think personally it's not gonna succeed well. I think it's gonna flop. For one, you have to realize Hulk Hogan lost a lot of fans. This was before his endorsement of Trump, but I mean, he has not been well respected as, I mean, he's obviously a wrestling icon because he has impacted and done so much for the industry, but in current states, it's like we really don't need to see you anymore. Seriously, like there was a point when I was a kid, like whenever he would make a return to wrestling or just make an appearance, the crowd went bananas. You hear me? Now, when he makes one of those appearances, the crowd boos him. They remember the guy now that ripped off the shirt doing a little Trump dance up. Like they're like, no. They know the guy that was alleged saying saying a racial slur. All right, he's not been an angel by far, and so folks are not forgetting about that. Okay, they know his true colors, and there's some guys in the industry that didn't care for Hulk Hogan. So again, I say that to say Hulk, he's always still going to be a marketing, like he can make money off of his name, just like Ric Flair. Anything Ric Flair touches, it's turning into gold. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that. He's always going to have that a part of his retirement. Like he's always going to be making money regardless. He's always going to have his fan base. But I just don't think, especially you saying, okay, a new unscripted, it's so many wrestling leagues and promotions, and it's a lot. It is a lot. And I remember he was a part of a reality show called Celebrity Championship Wrestling, where you had celebrities, C and D list celebrities participate in the training of professional wrestling. They performed shows and wrestling. I mean, guys like Sylvester Stallone's brother, Todd Bridges, Dennis Rodman. Like it was an interesting concept, but it lasted one season. It was a one and done thing, and it didn't last. So I say all that to say, I don't think this will be a successful venture, but we will continue to follow up more with it. I'm trying to make sure I've said everything in regards to this story. Says here the roster includes 40 athletes ranging from 18 to 40. At top of their call sheet are Ben Askren, Olympian and Pan Am American, mixed martial artist and professional boxer. Ben Askren, the one that got his ass beat by what's one, the Paul brothers? Was it Jake? It was Jake Paul. I think that was his second fight, if I'm not mistaken. Kenny Blaze, Olympian and world champion. Sahid Valencia, national champion and world champion. So they're getting some high profile names. And then you got a legendary amateur wrestling coach. I mean, one thing I will say, Eric Bischoff is a promoting genius. It showed with the whole WCW against WWE feud, or excuse me, WWF. Eric Bischoff was behind all that stuff. He knows the business. He's very familiar with it. Him and Hulk Hogan end up going to TNA, which was a competitor of the WWE, beefing that up to a quite a successful number. So, I mean, that was then, but I think this is now. I just think the current stat, I don't think it will work. What do you guys think? Are y'all, for all you wrestling fans out there, would you be interested in checking this out? Real American, let's see, what's it called? Real American Wrestling? Real American Freestyle. What does that even mean? Real American Freestyle. Would y'all be interested in checking this out? Let me know what you think. You can DM me on all of our social media platforms. Leave a comment if you're watching this currently on YouTube or Rumble. Let me know, what do you think about this? But like I said, the last appearance I saw that Hulk Hogan had on a wrestling scene, the man got booed and he just let it pass. He's like, "Oh, come on, brother." Like he's even bringing back the dye side beards, right? He's bringing that, like, that Hollywood Hulk Hogan look. He's trying to bring back that old era. So, hey, Hulk Hogan will always be Hulk Hogan, but I'll tell you one thing, man. I just think he, needs to, sit on down. Sit it on down. Sit on down. Sit on down. All right, let me stop. So I'm gonna look at my time. My friends, the time has finally come. I hope you all have enjoyed this quick convo here on the Arrington. I say quick, but an hour goes by so fast for me. It does seem quick. But I hope that you all had a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you so much for staying with me here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We got a lot more things in store for you all, and just a lot more great content, a lot more great interviews coming forth. I have been in contact with some remarkable folks in the music scene, the political scene, everywhere. I have a list of folks I have lined up for you. So look, the best is yet to come. Again, multiple ways how you can tune into the program. You can follow us wherever you get your podcasts, listening to your podcast. You can watch us on the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble, as well as Goatverse TV. Do me a favor, download the app today. App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, or Amazon Fire. You can also check us out on the radio airwaves in the New Orleans area by way of WBOK 1230 a.m. Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and then also in the Metro Atlanta area by way of WDJY 99.1 FM Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all, peace and blessings. I thank you kindly. Y'all take care. If you haven't got out there to vote early, please do. Your vote matters. Your vote counts. And again, your vote is your voice. You hear me? Your vote is your voice. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.